I don't know how to manage this homily because this type of homily comes once in a while. And this type of homily, not everyone wants to hear it. And this type of homily is the type, after preaching it, some people may not talk to the priest again. But I'm going to preach it. So one thing I want you to do is don't look at me as the one speaking to you. See God talking through me. And what's the message today? The message, as we heard from the gospel, someone came to Jesus and asked him, who can be saved? And Jesus looked at him. Jesus did not tell him numbers. He said, strive through the narrow door. Strive through the narrow door. And we know during the time of Jesus, in ancient Israel, every city had what is called a city gate. A city gate is like this entrance to the church. Everyone comes through one gate, one big gate, very wide. All the travelers, they come through one gate. But at night, that gate is always closed. And the travelers will go through the narrow door. And what happens is that when the travelers go to this narrow door, they will come down from their donkeys and they will offload whatever they were carrying. They will take down their backpack, take everything down. And that narrow gate, two people cannot pass through there, just one. And that is the symbol Jesus is using here. And what does that mean? It means that for you to go through the narrow door, you have to remove whatever you are carrying so that you can go through this narrow door. And the narrow door Jesus is referring to here is a symbol of himself. Jesus is this narrow door. For you to go to heaven, you have to come through him. He did not stop. He went on to say that at the last day, people will come and say, oh, we had dinner with him. We drank with him. He was in our streets preaching. But God will say to them, I do not know you. This man that came to Jesus to ask this question thought that only the people of Israel will go to heaven. That is why he came to Jesus. And that comes to the question of predestination. Many of us know what predestination means. The Catholic Church, we believe in predestination. And what is predestination? Predestination means, if you read Ephesians chapter 1 verse, it says that even before the creation of the world, God has destined us for salvation. For salvation. But the Catholic Church does not believe in what is called double predestination. Double predestination is the question this man asked Jesus. Who can be saved? Because they believe that Jesus has already destined some people to go to heaven and some people to go to hell. But that is not true. And that is the type of question maybe we ask ourselves. We are going to heaven because we come to church on Sundays. We receive communion. We were baptized. That is very good. But what about inside? Inside us. Inside us. Do we come to church and still we gossip? Do we come to church and still we don't love our neighbors? Jesus has given us two choices to choose. One is heaven and one is hell. And for you to go to heaven, you have to pass through the narrow door. Or do you want to go through the wider door? Do you want to follow the crowd to end up in hell? Where Jesus will say, I don't know you. Where you will say to him, you know, I used to come to church every Sunday. I never stopped coming to church. How about your character? How do you treat those you live with? I will encourage everyone as we celebrate this Mass, ask yourself, is there any load I am carrying, load of sin that I'm supposed to drop for me to enter the narrow door? The heaven is open, the hell is open. Choose one. And I think I'm going to choose heaven. But it's not easy. It's not easy to pass the narrow door or narrow gate. It's not easy. Ask for God's grace. Let us not just be around Jesus, because many people are just around Jesus, but they don't want to go through Jesus.